A buddy and I were camping in backwoods Idaho mountains, pretty far from everyone in the middle of the week. Nearest town is like 60 miles away. We got camp set up around 7, and we get a fire going to cook hot dogs. We're just chilling around the fire. When it gets dark, we're snacking on like Cheetos and stuff. As we talk, we heard like branches up the mountain from us cracking, like something stepping on bushes and stuff. We stopped talking and the noises stop. We're a little unnerved, but we brought guns to go shooting the next day, and we've got a pretty big fire going, so we start talking again. The rustling gets closer, like something or someone is moving down the mountain. We stop talking and the noises stop again. This happens like 2 times more. We talk, something or someone moves closer. We stop, the noises stop. Finally, when whatever or whoever it was is like 200 feet away in the dark, I grabbed my rifle out of the truck and put a shot into the air. Whatever it was hauls ass up the mountainside in pitch black, like we're talking like 4,000 feet in 30 seconds. I don't think it was like an elk or bear or cattle. It was super eerie and knew to stop when we stopped talking. But I don't think it could have been a person. It moved way too quick up the hill in dense brush and pitch black. We've not gone back there since. When I was in high school, my friends and I went out to a really remote spot in the mountains to camp. Just to get there, you needed a pretty serious off-roader. It was about 30 miles up a super rough road. There were river crossings, huge boulders in the road, and tons of sand pits. This road took us all day, and all day we didn't see a single other person. No one passed us. We didn't see anyone camping. Nothing. At one point, one of my friends noted it looked like no one had even driven on the road in a while. Which was weird, because this was in Colorado and trails like this are really popular. Something worth pointing out: this road led into a box canyon, which is basically nature's cul-de-sac. The road we were on was the only road in, and the only road out. All around us was massive cliffs. And another thing, we were deep in the mountains, far from any cell service. On top of that, we were in a box canyon, which even if you're next to a city, never has service. All that said, we eventually got to the spot and set up camp. Every time we went camping, we played capture the flag. This trip was no exception. We waited for it to get dark, then started. In the middle of the second round, me and one of my friends on my team hop up on the road, which ran parallel to the area we were playing in. It seemed like a good way to get around to the other flag. Walking down the road, we began to see a glow coming towards us. But as it got closer, we realized it was a young woman holding up her phone, looking for service. She was still at a distance, but we could tell she was panicky. She was rushing and stumbling at the same time. She didn't seem drunk. It was weird. We called out, "Hello?" No response, but it wasn't just that she ignored us. It was more like she didn't even realize we were there. We tried again. Nothing. As she's passing us, we realize she's crying. Again, "You okay?" She stumbles right past us, never showing a single sign that she saw us. The whole time, just looking at her phone for service. My friend and I are frozen. We watch her go, still stumbling, still crying. She rounded a turn, then disappeared. I yell out to everyone else to meet back at camp. We do. I tell them what we saw. And I'm not proud to admit this because it seemed like she needed help, but we got creeped out. We said we'd stay in camp that night, and in the morning we'd go looking. The first thing we do in the morning is decide there must be some other people camped down the road. They must know her. So we go down to the end of the road. There's no sign of anyone. Then we decided to go to the entrance of the road and look for the woman. So we drive to the entrance, which took all day. Nothing. I still feel guilty for not trying harder to help her, but thinking about how she got in that position, it just doesn't make sense. She didn't look like a hiker. She had on regular jeans and a sweater. If she had gotten in the canyon from the other side, it would require a very technical descent. She would have needed gear, and she didn't even have a backpack. We were pretty sure we were the only ones that had driven down that road in a while, so it's not like someone dropped her off or left her. And the whole time we saw her, she was holding up her phone looking for service. If she knew the area at all, she would know there was no way she was going to find service. I don't know what to make of it. But I do know that the image of that woman stumbling in the dark crying has been seared in my brain ever since. This happened on a trip a few years ago one night midweek, when the park is usually quieter. I woke up having to use the bathroom around 2 a.m., so I left the trailer to go to the comfort stations. The site was one of those corner sites, so there's a really short trail in the back of the site through the woods before you get to the lights where the washroom is. You can technically go around the front, but I figured I would just cut through there like I usually do to save time because I was tired. As I'm passing the middle of the trail, I hear a light noise that sounds like it's right beside my ear. It sounded like giggling. So I picked up the pace a little bit and started looking for a raccoon or porcupine or something. They make weird noises, but I couldn't see anything or hear any twigs cracking, which I thought was weird. No sign of a person out there either. As soon as the last thought crossed my mind, I swear to this day that I heard something deeper in the woods in a female voice say, "Hello?" To say I jumped was an understatement. I sprinted full throttle to the lights, tripped on a log, and ripped my pant leg and shin. I made it to the bathrooms alive, feeling painful and kind of stupid. Once I was at the comfort station, I did my business and talked myself out of it being anything unnatural like the good biologist that I am. I figured I must have just misheard a raccoon or something. I didn't really believe in the paranormal, so worst case it was an actual person. I didn't feel like getting jumped by some weirdo while I'm out at night by myself, so I made the decision to take the longer way back in the open road and skip the shortcut. As I passed by the entranceway for the woods, giving it a wide berth if we're being honest, again, I can only tell you what I heard, but I swear as clear as day I heard a whisper that said, "Come back." I think that's the fastest I've ever run in my life. I'm a little embarrassed to say I don't do camp bathrooms at night by myself anymore, but I can't explain what happened. Luckily, my family got a new trailer the following season with an indoor bathroom, so it hasn't been an issue since.